Hi, my name is Ryan Lane, and welcome to my review channel. So for today's movie, I will be discussing Death on the Nile, starring Kenneth Branagh, Gal Gadot, Armie Hammer, Russell Brand, and also directed by Kenneth Branagh. So anyway, this film stars Kenneth Branagh as Hercule Poirot, a world-famous detective. Anyway, he is in Egypt on vacation when he is ultimately roped into a whodunit murder mystery aboard a ship traveling down the Nile. Anyway, and so it's up to him to figure out who murdered who. Anyway, so a lot of positives to be had. First off, the cast. Every cast member gets their chance to shine. Kenneth Branagh and Mackie in particular, they shine as Hercule Poirot and Jacqueline in particular. Kenneth Branagh, he really shines as a determined and caring detective. There are certain, and this is probably Poirot at his most human. There are moments in the film where you look at him and you can really see the fragmented soul behind the semi-comical mustache he has, of which has a semi-tragic, semi-hilarious backstory behind it, of which you'll learn in the sort of the prologue sequence of the film. You'll know what I mean when you see it. And then there's Mackie. She shines as Simon Doyle's former lover, of whom she was dumped by for Gal Gadot's character, Lynette. And so, yeah, Jacqueline, she's really good. She also stands out because she's kind of psychotic, yet she brings enough vulnerability to the character that it never becomes a caricature of an angry ex-lover. And I guess also the cinematography. The cinematography, it's really good. It's dynamic. There are a lot of scenes where the camera will use long fluid one takes to capture environment, and it's really good. Really captures the energy, especially for the dance scenes. It really captures those well, and it captures the great costume design, which pops thanks to the vibrant colors. It all looks amazing, and the shots, it makes good use of center framing. It's all really good. It's all really good. Yeah, however, there is but one issue with the film, and that's sort of the pacing. So, simply put, the thing about whodunit films is that before, the big event occurs, it has to do setup, which is honestly, it's what every film has to do. However, this film, it takes its sweet time. Perhaps a bit too much so. There are some scenes where I feel like they could have cut at least a few moments, some dance scenes where it feels like, okay, alright, you've made your point, these two are really in love. You don't need to have the shot be this long. But then there are scenes, where characters are just talking, about their wants and desires, and it's like, okay, all right, I'll bite. Just keep going. But then there's the storytelling. So the film handles its character introductions in an okay manner. In the beginning scene following the prologue, it does a good job at introducing characters, and establishing relationships between them. But then when the film gets to Egypt and a whole bunch of new characters are introduced, it doesn't do a very good job. So much so that the film has to use Poirot's character's friend's book, played by Tom Bateman. It doesn't, at one point he practically just word vomits a bunch of characters' information about all the characters, and I was like, okay, is there going to be a quiz on this? It's not the worst exposition dump I've heard in a film, but it does feel like a semi-inorganic exposition dump from a screenwriter who just didn't quite know how to communicate all this information as well as he did for other characters. Thankfully, the characters are eventually well established such that when the detective work does begin, like their personalities all clash with each other in an entertaining manner and fit with the story well. And I guess also another issue with the film is of a more technical nature. Simply put, it's regarding the effects used to sort of create the grandeur of the Nile River and the land that surrounds it. And when it's on land or on the boat itself within sets, it looks fine. But when characters are shot outside on a boat and they're looking at the Nile and you can see the river or the environments outside, you could definitely tell it's green screen. I mean, it's not terrible. Like Moonfall had much worse green screen effects, but it's distracting enough that it takes you out of the moment and makes you think, oh yeah, they didn't quite have enough money to shoot on location. Which, I mean, to be fair, for a film of this, with this level of audience, they probably couldn't have afforded to, but still, it is distracting at times. So with all that in mind, I will be giving Death on the Nile 3.5 out of 5 stars. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day.